Yeah, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matter Arising with you, man, Stephen. And like I told you yesterday, I will be coming out again with our father, and we're going to be dealing on business this time around. Because what we do is we just come out to see how we can be able to change the narrative and make it do it better and a more secure place to live in. And today we have our father in the house. You all know him very well. He's a man who has so much boldness in him, and he's a guy who says things the way they actually are. In him, and sorry, and there's no other person than Ambassador Matthew Beke Uwaifo. Is here today to actually talk to us on pig farming. If you are interested in farming in Edo State, you are interested in going into pig farming, I think this is an opportunity for you to actually make a difference in that regard. So therefore, we just want you to just, pick up your pen, pick up your biros. Let's go together as it takes us through. This man you see here is a very successful pig farmer in Tanzania. So when no figure there, as far as the pig farming is concerned, I've spoken to him. I decided to say, Papa, you need to come and teach us, lecture us on how we can also get involved in pig farming back home in Nigeria, particularly in Edo State. As you can see, it's a little bit dark where it is there. This whole syndrome of light being taken is not only peculiar to Nigeria alone. It is like an African sickness. But he's going to talk more about that as we welcome in Ambassador Matthew Beke Uwaifo. Welcome, sir.
Good evening, viewers. From my knowledge, Stephen Eriamato is a man who does his program right on time. And I wish to apologize to all subscribers and viewers because we hold you in such high esteem and know that you are valuable and you are valuable and important to these programs. That is why I have to explain and apologize for the program airing late today. You can see I'm in the background. I'm using a torch because just before the program started, the light went off. So it's not only in Nigeria that we have leper, leper instead of NEPA, Even this side we have it. Sometimes South Africa, it happens like that also. So it's an African disease. So we are very, very sorry. As he has said, my name is Ambassador Matthew Beke Uwaifo, and today we will be talking on pig farming. Thank you all. Welcome.
Okay, thank you very much, sir. I wanted to just press the share button as you come in. Press the share button, give us a lot of likes, because the more likes, the more share we'll get, the more people will bring in to come and get this very free lecture. This will cost you money, if you go to a symposium or a seminar somewhere, but this is going to be given to us free of charge by our father because he actually have, the interest of the Edo people and Nigeria also in general. So please get your pen as you're coming in, press the like button, share the broadcast so that we can bring in more people in. And at the end of the day, 1 or 2 persons will be so much pleased to have come across this video that we are going to release today. Sir, I know you are a pig farmer. Can you tell us how did it all started? Having such a large farm of pig in a foreign land.
What happened is this, that it was not my line of business at all. In fact, at a point, it's so interesting because growing up as a child and going to churches and meeting with various religious people and so on, we were told that eating pig meat is not good for us. Because those days when we were growing up, the pigs that we had used to frolic around in the ponds, eat dirty things in the backyard, all kind of things, and move around the community. But now, I want to make people understand those pigs you used to see that move around the community, eat all kind of shit, and so on and so forth. Those are called swine. They are swine. There are 16 different categories of pigs. Now, what we are going to talk about here is the industrialized pig. That is pigs you can raise cleanly in a clean environment, meeting all health standards, and raising them in a particular environment without their walking around. Now, the way I started was this. Nobody told me about pig farming. In fact, I didn't know about it. But somehow along the way, I was praying one day. It's so amazing. And I saw it that I should change what I was doing that time at my spare time and start raising pigs. The thought just came like that to me. And I said, pigs? No way, I cannot raise pigs. It is not possible. I raise pig, something that I feel is against my belief, I cannot raise pig. So this thing continued for nearly 8 years. Anything raise pigs, anything raise pigs. But what really convinced me to raise pigs was one time I came back home to Benin. I visited the Oba's palace in Benin. And while coming out of the palace, there was a madman at the new gate now. So I was shocked when I was coming out. The madman asked me for some money. And I was surprised how a madman can speak so eloquently. So I brought out some money, I gave to him. Then he called me the king of pigs. He said, I was shocked. I said, how can a madman call me king of, to interpret it to English, king of pigs? So I went down and as a Benin man, I digressed on this thing. Was he trying to pass a message? I went to my elders and they told me, look, that guy was God was trying to pass a message to you through that guy. And what he's saying is that you should start pig farming. So I said, okay, I will see. Then I came to Tanzania. One day on Sunday, 2 weeks after I came, I was just walking around and I heard this church praising, making noise. I just said, let me see what all the noise is about. I entered the crowd and the crowd was over 1,000. Then this prophet or head of the church there, I was inside the crowd. I've never been to that church. And since that day, I've never gone back to that church. The man just called me out and he said, you are so, you are hiding in the crowd. Now the Lord has put in my spirit and he has said that you should be a pig farmer. You should raise pigs. That is where your destiny will blow out. And a lot of people are going to benefit if you obey this, my revelation. Then he told me that in Acts of Apostles, how Peter was going to see the Gentiles. And then a carpet fell from heaven. And do not call unclean what God has made clean. I think this was what finally convinced me. And I decided, okay, do it. December. Thank God we are now in December. 5 years ago. So I came back and I started reading literatures. Went on the internet, checked pig farming. Thank God the light is here. Pig farming, and let us start small. So I took just 3 pigs. I went around searching for pigs to buy from what I've read. And I went to another guy who was raising pigs and I pointed out 3 pigs. He gave me those 3. I took all the 3 ladies. So I built a pen. We call it a pen, but this side they call it banda, which is a house for the pigs. Now, because I would feed them, and when they are on heat, I will mount them so they can be pregnant. Because they were big pigs. I need to give you this background to my pig farming so that you understand, what really happened. The three of them, I was surprised. They came to my place. I was feeding them. In fact, I showed those pigs so much love, that people start wondering, say, my friend, what do you and these pigs? Every time you are cleaning them, you are cleaning their house. I did everything myself. And what?
Yeah, I see that we're having a network problem there. I think it's coming really. Please, guys, get your pen, get your barrels ready, because this is going to be a very, very nice time.
Okay. After 2 weeks, they refused to eat. And I went and called a doctor, veterinary doctor. The veterinary doctor looked at them. He gave them injections. And normally, when you give injections to pigs, if they are pregnant, they will miscarry. So now what will happen is this. Another farmer, I went to call another farmer. I said, my pigs are behaving strangely. What is happening? He came, he told me, he said, look, your pigs are pregnant. They are pregnant. And in about 2 weeks, your pigs will deliver. So better start building another pen, because when a pig is pregnant and it is getting for it to deliver, you have to put it alone by itself. Because pigs are just nearly like human beings. Even if you are making noise, once it's delivering, it will walk away from there. So I didn't know all these things. I was just starting. I didn't know. So he taught me a lot of things and so on. To cut the story short, I built 2 new banders. So pens, they become 3. Then I separated them. 2 weeks later, the first one gave birth, 14 piglets. The 14. Second one, 14 piglets. 1, 4, 14.
Oh, Jesus Christ. So, this is money.
The second one gave birth, 14 piglets. That was 28. And then the third one gave birth, 13 piglets. So if you add it, all of a sudden, I had roughly 44 pigs. Because even the piglets are this. So I increased the ration and all that. And to cut it short, as the program goes on, I will tell you some other things. I need to talk about what you do. What are the requirements first? Then I will tell you how that my stock came to be what it is today. Number 1, please, if you are listening, get your pen, get your paper. If you want to go into pig farming, there are 4 fundamental things you must do. And you must keep those laws. Otherwise, you make losses in your pig farming. How you will make the loss, I will tell you. Number 1, the housing. Make sure your pens are built in such a way that there is a lot of ventilation, because pigs don't have sweat glands. So the heat affects them a lot. And when the heat affects the mothers and they give birth to little children and the heat is too much, the children, they start to diarrhea. And in diarrhea, they can die. You can lose a lot of little ones. Even before they reach a month, they can all die. So you have to be very, very careful that your roof is higher to where the whole thing starts. In fact, my pig pen, what I did is, at the bottom, I'm talking of the housing now. At the bottom, since you use cement blocks in Nigeria, what I did, I didn't use cement block. I used the ordinary block mold. That is the one that they heat. the one that those days we used to use, like the one they used to build the fence of the Oba's palace those days. You know, you get it from red soil and you heat it and it becomes a block. Now, the or when we used to build houses those days, the purpose of this is that if you are in a hot tropical climate like we have in Nigeria, like we have here in southern Nigeria, that thing helps to cool the room, gives it natural coolness. So what happens is, to build the pit pen, you dig maybe only 1 foot inside as your foundation, just a foot is okay. You put cement, then you arrange your blocks, and then you raise it up 1.5 feet or 2 feet, or 2 feet. You raise the foundation up from the ground, and then sometimes you can do 3 feet. It depends on the area you want to put it. Then once you do that, you have put that to do that 3 feet. If you are using the block in Nigeria to make your foundation, that will be only 2.5 blocks that you will put up, or 3 blocks from the hole you have dug for the foundation. 3 blocks up, you raise it up. Then what you do, the front where you enter the pig pen for, it will slope down a little. The purpose of sloping down is once the pig pees, the pee will go out directly by itself from the pig pen into the drainage you have put at the back of the pig pen. It will go in there, and straight away it will go to your collection point for the pee. And then inside that same pig pen, you will create on a side, it depends on you, whether left, whether right, you will now make small troughs. You take a block, you mention just 1 feet separate, you make a trough. Because for me, what I do, in feeding my pigs, I don't give them the, what is it called? The food in powder form. No, I mix all my food with water. I will come to that. Now you make the trough, and once you make the trough, you also make a place for water where you'll be putting water for them. I'm saying this now, if you don't have money, you do your things this way. If you don't have, it's very easy. And then in those states, they have a lot of timber that are left over, or bamboo, or you go, you take you just take the wood, the sticks, or if you want to use iron, fine. You put them at different spots just to build like a room. And the room, you can make 3 feet 6 by 3 feet 6, or you can make 3 feet 6 by 4 feet. Now, sorry. For me, I'm talking of meters, because my own, I don't crowd my pigs. I don't crowd them. So the place is very, very big. 4 meters by 3.5 meters. That's how all my pens look. Now, on the floor, you put a lot of sand, and after that, you cement it. It must not be very smooth, like you use a lot of hard rock and put there. Then you cement it in such a way that it is not slippery. Otherwise, they'll be falling left and right. They can break their legs and so on and so forth. But you equally make sure that the stones you have put on the floor is not shooting out, because when it's shooting out or the floor is not well made, they like furrowing. They can start eating it. Before you know it, the floor has a big hole, So that is the simple thing. 3 meters by, or 3 meters by 3.6 meters, 3.5 meters by 4 meters. What I built is 3.5 by 4 meters. Why? That to put at least 8 adult pigs in one room when they are not pregnant. 8 adult pigs in one room. And when they are pregnant, 5 of them until 3 weeks to delivery. Then you now separate them to different sections. So number 1, the building that house the pigs must be very airy. There must be good ventilation, and it must be built well. Now, if you have some money, there's even no need to go and put planks to build your shade. No, just set up the blocks up to your level standing, maybe up to your breast when you are standing. Because myself, I'm 5'11", so up to my breast. Then from there, you have a window, and that window, if you have fly, like our side there, sometimes there's fly. If you are in Ishan or Akoko Edo and so on, then you put a net on the window. But the window must not have the window the frame. It will have only the frame. You will not put the window because of air. There has to be a lot of air flowing and passing out in the pig pen. So the housing is so important. Then number 2, the feeding. You must make sure that your pigs are well fed. The good thing about these industrial pigs, as I will call them, is that they eat everything a human being eats. But I discriminate a lot what I feed for my pigs. I discriminate because you can't say they feed a lot, anything we eat, and then you start giving them. Like some people here, they give them cassava peelings, they give them tomatoes leftover. They go to the restaurants and pig food that are left over to feed their pigs. The disadvantage in that is that once ASF, African swine fever, catches one farm, it's very easy to catch your own because the rotten meat from the restaurant is full of disease. So I don't feed my pigs from restaurants. Now, what is the simple thing I do? In Nigeria there, you can get a lot of cabbages. If you are in Benin, you go to vegetable market, you can get a lot of vegetables. You can get cabbage. You can get watermelon that they've eaten. You can get pineapple and all that. You give it to your pigs as a fiber. They eat it. But the main food will be like me. I give rice bran. I give maize bran. I give soya bran. I mix all these together, and I don't put raw salt. I put what you call choka. That is in Benin we used to call it like a ko or something. Pregnant women used to eat it a lot. But this is the other side of it. It's like, I don't know how to describe it. But if you don't have it, you can use salt. But not raw table salt. That are big like rocks. Yes, that's what I'm trying to describe. You just take a few. Like if you have a full bucket, you can take that one of your palm like this. I'm trying to show you my hand. You just scoop it like this with your hand, or you can take a spoon, that big spoon that women use to cook soup. You just take that spoon, one, not fill to the top, just take one scoop and put and mix with your food. Now, I also put what we call blood. Now, blood, I'm using blood because I'm using English. When you go to the butcheries, they butcher most of their animals, and then the blood from the butcheries, you take it, you come home with it, you cook it, and you mix in their food. This makes them fat, and it makes them give you a lot of meat also. All right. Now, if on the other hand you don't have, you can use leftovers of palm oil. In nightfall, or even at home when we were growing up, when you make oil, you put it, you boil it on the fire. Then you take the real oil from the top. The grime that is left, that water that is left in the oil, very thick like this, you don't sell that, you don't eat that. Normally it's thrown away. But if you go to NIFO and you go to all these people who make oil at home, you always have that. In fact, when I visited Nigeria 2018, I saw that in NIFO you can get it even in drums, and it's very cheap. So you can use that and mix with their food. I will tell you how the mixing is later. What are we trying to do here? You must make sure that the pigs has a lot of fiber. There's a lot of fiber in their food. There's a lot of protein, and there's a lot of minerals. And when you put soya, you put maize bran. Maize bran makes them to be fat. And when you put rice bran with the maize bran with soya, then you have the required protein requirement for the animal and also the fiber requirement. But where you don't have this, there is something again you can use. Like Guinness PLC in Ikoba Slope, they have a waste which they get from from feeding from making beer, from sorghum, the waste left over. You can go and meet them, and you can buy it in bags, or you can buy it in a tipper load, because a tipper load will be far, far cheaper for you. But that is when you have over 10 pigs. But now we are talking of starting. So starting should not cost you much. So that is it about the food. Then the third thing is hygiene. It's what I was telling you, that the pigs that are raised nowadays are not like the pigs we saw when we were growing up. Number one, every morning they will shit in the pen. The pigs are very, very, very intelligent. Where they shit in the pen, they don't sleep there. They get a particular area in the pen. You see all the pigs going there to shit, going there to pee at a corner. Where they stay and sleep is very, very clean. And where their water will be there. So every morning, you make sure that you clean this shit and throw it and put it in a particular place. Because when it decomposes later, it becomes what we call compost fertilizer, organic fertilizer. And you can sell it by bagging it into 50 kg, like the one from my farm. They said it's very nice. So I sell my own 50 kg here for about $5. That's what I sell to other farms, 50 kg for $5. So you can sell it. And then cleaning the banda, if the heat is too much, you make sure you check their water trowel, that the water is there. I'm talking to people who don't have money to fix pipe, to put the pipe right inside the pen. Because if the pipe is, I'm saying how I started. I use bucket, take water, go and put it in the water trowel, and they drink that water. And the next morning, I check if the water is less, I put more. But after every 3 days, I empty the trowel completely, clean it out, and put fresh, clean water. Make sure that the water is clean all the time, in their trowel, and that the pen is clean all the time. Then, finally, you must check about their health. You'll be like, for example, when the pig delivers, the day it delivers, you must make sure you call your veterinary doctor. It come and give injection to the pigs to enable the mother to be able to give milk to the children. And then at the same time, the doctor will cut the teeth, because when they give birth to them, their teeth are already matured. It's not like a human being you wait before you start growing teeth. No, they are born with their teeth matured. And if you don't cut it on that first day, when they are sucking their mother's breast, they will be biting the mother. So the mother might get annoyed and not give them milk. And once a pig is not fed at the early stages, you have what we call dwarf. It will not grow, and it brings you a lot of problems. So the doctor, the day the pigs are delivered, he comes, he gives injection to the mother, no injection to the children, then he cuts the teeth of the children. Then within 7 days of the birth, he now comes back and gives injection to the kids containing iron and other minerals, and other minerals to the children. And once you have done that, and you give them rich food with enough protein and all that, you find out that your piglets will be healthy, they will grow up very well, and you have to be very intelligent. You have to keep watching. Once you see that the children are diarrheaing, diarrhea doesn't come because the pen is dirty or because the water is dirty or because you are not looking after them well. No, these things just happen. Just like ASF, they have not been able to find African swine fever, the cure, or what starts it, although they have an idea of it. This thing can happen. So immediately you see that the kid is diarrheaing. How do you know? He starts shitting, not the normal shit. It will shit first. It will be yellow, like if it is milk. Immediately you see that. Call the doctor. The doctor will come, give injection to the mother, and inject the pigs. If the shit coming from the children progress from that milky form to watery form, my friend, it means you are careless. Because once it starts to water, even when the doctor comes now and give them injection, your pigs will die. You will lose them. Because that time it has passed a curative stage. You will lose them. So you make sure you wake in the morning before you clean your pens, you check the state of the pigs, you check their shit, the little ones, the big ones have no problem. You check their shit, make sure it is okay. And once you monitor them. A lot of the times you might find out that you will not have that problem. But in case there's that problem, even if it is one that is having diarrhea, you have to inject all the pigs. You inject the mother, and you inject, if it's 10 pigs you have in that pen, you will inject the 10 pigs. That is the thing about that. And the injections are very, very cheap, to do that. So those are the 4 main important things to know if you want to start pig farming. I go over it quickly, briefly. The housing where you will keep the pigs, the food where you will they are feeding. 3, hygiene, and that includes all these injections and so on, like I've just described. And please, I forgot the 4th one. The 4th one is you must be able to select the brand of pigs you want. Not every pig can give birth to 14, 10, 8. No. And how do you know a good pig that can give you so many piglets? You check their nipples. Those pigs with 7 nipples on the left-hand side, 7 nipples on the right. If you add those together, that is 14 nipples. That means that pig can give you anything from 5 pigs to 14. And the children will have a place to suck. It's very, very important. So you check from the nipples. And then 2, you check when the pig is standing. If the pig is just standing straight like a dog, then that pig cannot give you a lot of children. The hind legs must stand like a car that is jacked when you are changing the tire. When you are jacking, it must a little bit, the leg, the outside must a little bit stand up. I'm doing my hand like this. Look. a little bit like this. You see, this here will be the back side of the pig, and here will be the legs. The hind legs must be raised a little bit. So that is how you know that this pig can be able to give you a lot of children. It's just a simple thing. Check the nipples, check when it's standing. And then when you go to buy pigs, just take ordinary vegetable, throw it to the pig. When the pig starts eating, dancing around, looking at your hand, or you take cabbage leaf, or you take even potato peelings, just take it, throw it into the pen. When the pig runs after it and starts eating it, that is a healthy pig. When it's there and the pig does not eat it, is looking at it, not walking around it, know that that pig is sick. And the owner wants to sell a sick pig in order to remove it from its place. Any pig that is healthy, once you throw them vegetables, they stand up and they run after the vegetables. That is when you know they are very healthy. Now, after saying those four things that are very important, there are different brands of pigs that can give birth and is suited because of crossbreeding to the Nigerian climate, because Tanzanian climate and Nigerian climate is more or less the same thing. The area that I'm staying, there are other areas that is very cold, just like Jos, just like Obudu Ranch, and so on and so forth, Mabila, Plateau, So, but the place I'm in is the same weather with Edo State. So that's why I'm clamoring to come home, because we have the same weather here, the same hot weather. Now, 3 pigs have been known to suit the African direction, the African weather. And those 3 brand of pigs is what I use in my farm. They are crossbreed pigs. One is earless. That's the name of the pig. Earless. 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 That's the name of the pig. Then the second one is great white. We call it, I'm telling you the names we call it here. If you go and check, you will be Google. Even if you Google, just Google pig farming, you will see this thing. Then the last one is landless. Those are the brand of pigs that I have in my farm. And landless and great white, they are more or less the same thing. Then you have Duroc, earless, landless or great white or Duroc. When you have those pigs, the differences between them is this. Duroc will give you from 5 to 8 pigs. 5 to 8 piglets when it gives birth. And Duroc always have a lot of milk. So the children will be, and they know how to look after their children. The children will be well fed. The children will be well fed. The children will be well fed, and they take good control of them. And you don't have a lot of sickness with the children. But the landless will give you a lot of children, sometimes 14 children at a go, 16 children at a go. And before they are 1 month old, you lose about 3, you lose about 4, and it will be remaining only 10. That is the landless or great white. Then earless knows how to take care of the children, but when it is time to be fed, if you leave it to be hungry, very, very hungry, it can eat the little ones for food, because they like meat. Those that earless, they like meat, they like blood. So that is why we take blood from the butchery, come and cook it and mix it in their food. So I guess so far, generally, that is what I will say about the pig thing right now. I want to take a breath so that I can go to the second stage of give you more information about this pig farming. Thank you.
Oh, wow. This is fantastic. I want to say a big thank you, sir, for this for this part. I was so thrilled. See, I just kept quiet all through. Please, guys, this video should be shared. Share this video. Give us a lot of thumbs like. This video must go because I need to save this video for a very long time for many of us that are really willing to go into farming in Nigeria. Like I said, what we are planning to see is how we can be able to, muster a lot of support, a lot of investment into Nigeria in terms of agriculture, which is one of the cardinal point of the Obaseki administration in order to revamp the economy of Edo State. So I am so overwhelmed. I'm so flabbergasted at what I have heard today, guys. I need to get some more sharing. We need to invite more people into the show. This is one thing we'll be doing every week. On Tuesday, we are going to have Blessing coming back again to teach us more about business, and we must continuously help our people in diaspora to now know the kind of business they will be interested in going into. So that's the reason why you guys should share this video. Let's bring in more friends in. Give us more like. Give us more thumbs up. Let's just begin to share it and share. And for this other girl, Felicity, please, if you are not interested in watching this video, please kindly log out. And when you see a video that you are interested in, you can come to watch. This is a free world, and I am so much thrilled by what I'm hearing, and I want to continue to learn more because I'm a farmer. I'm also a pig farmer. I'm also a pig farmer.
It's nice to know. It's nice to meet another pig farmer like me.
So
the second part will be very interesting. So you go ahead and
I'm almost interested in it, and I want to see how I can learn more while I go home to start my own farm. Okay, so that's it, sir. So I don't know if you're ready to go to the stage 2 now.
Yes, please. Now, the stage 2 is this. Let me just start by saying that Edo State is suited for pig farming. Now, the Obaseki administration has already set up an enabling environment for people to do anything they want to do in business. Government cannot provide the jobs by themselves, but you can contribute your own quota in your own way. And for me, this pig farming is what will bring me home. I'm already packing my stuff together so that I can come home and do it big time. But now, what I said will be the most interesting part is this. I started with 3 pigs 5 years ago. Now, I just give you a quick breakdown. Like I said, to show me that it is really God who said I should do pig farming and not man. Since I started my pig farming, it has been amazing, even to myself. Like I said, the pigs that I bought in December, and I was saying I will feed them for 2-3 months by March. Then by April, I will now go and bring a bull to mount them. Because you see, when a lady pig is in heat, she makes a lot of noise. She will even destroy your pig pen if it is not strong enough. She will break it down because she's looking for a male to sleep with. So they don't compromise that. She will climb the pen. So the first time you see it misbehaving like that, the first day the heat starts, you don't bring a bull that day. If you bring a bull to sleep without the first day, you will be shocked. The pig will give birth to 2 piglets, or 1 or 3, very small number of piglets. Now, the second day, it becomes very, very intense. The pig will be shouting this, still be patient. On the 3rd day, starting from the morning time, go and bring a bull to climb the pig. We call it here mounting, to mount the pig on the 3rd day. My dear, you will be surprised. after the bull has mounted the pig and you even leave the pig there, the lady will never allow the pig to mount again. Will never allow. There will be fight. He will fight that man, that male pig. So when you do it on the third day, you are able to get more piglets. That was the secret I discovered. You are able to get more piglets. And you don't keep the bull in the same pen with a female. Because if the female is on heat, the same time, the pig will mount it immediately. Because the pig will smell that this one is on heat. And don't forget what I just said. If the pig mounts the female, the first day the female is on heat, you are going to get very few piglets. But when it mounts it on the third day, that is when you get a lot of piglets. So like I was telling you people, my pigs, before I knew what was happening, the pigs that were supposed to be mounted in April and deliver in July ending. Because once a pig is pregnant, from the day you have mounted the pig, try and get an exercise book and keep your records. Keep records. This is the day this pig was mounted. And from that day, you count 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. That is when the pig delivers. They will be pregnant. A human being is 9 months. For the pig, is 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Everything 3, 3, 3. 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. And you will write that in your record. Now, when the pig is pregnant and is well fed, you increase its ration, especially when it is between 1.5 months and 3 months. Between a month to 2 months and a half or 3 months, you increase the feeding. You increase the feeding. You put more protein inside and you increase the ration. So that makes the piglets grow and be very healthy in the stomach of their mother when the pig is well fed. And another thing I must tell everybody, when a pig is well fed, they don't make a lot of noise. Once they are well fed, they sleep. And it's when they sleep, they become fat. Pigs, they don't like tension at all. They don't like tension. They don't want tension. Maybe that is why we use them for people with high blood pressure. This side, they eat a lot of pig. I will come to that. Okay. Now, once the pig is taken in, after 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days, it will deliver. And I've already explained what is done when it delivers. Okay. So in my case, I had 41. Please, I think you excuse me quickly for me to fix something. My phone is screaming about something. I'll fix it quickly and then get back home. Just give me a minute, please.
Okay, sir.
Will that be fine? 1 minute.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay.
All right, sir. Thank you.
Yeah, guys, this is becoming very, very interesting. Let's just stay tuned as we get more and more talk, more teaching or lecture on how we can actually get a good and a successful pig farming. And also, don't forget, very soon we're going to have a bird farmer coming in here to teach us on how we can actually deal with our birds. And Ambassador Matthew Bekewife is also a goat farmer. He has over 300 and something goats in his farm. So in another session, which is going to come up maybe anytime he's free, you can also come here also and teach us on how we can rear our goat, particularly the African type of goat, what we call the Bini goat, the native goats. Okay, guys. My idea is to see how we can have a better, a nation. Okay, we as a people, we must, as a matter of fact, understand what we need to do in order for us to be able to increase, the financial, state, of our state. We live in Europe, and most of us want to go home and open an hotel. Most of us want to go home and open a restaurant. That's what we normally do. And even when we want to go home to open a farm, we go home and open a palm tree, a plantation, cassava farm, and all that. Now we are trying to learn more. What are the things we can do that can actually take us home and make us relax, that we can be able to remain in our own homes and do something that can create not just job, also increase the economy of the state and our own economy also. Okay, so that's what we are I'm so much interested in, because we so far have lived there for too long a time, and all we do is to go build hotel. Every corner in Edo State has become an hotel. Every corner. Okay, and every corner is not a school. Just like every corner is not a church. So we actually need to understand what are the other things we can do to increase, our revenue generation. And in the developed world today, particularly in places like Europe and America and other developed parts of the world today, farming has become the new gold. Farming has become the new oil. The millionaires in Sweden are actually farmers. And I know the guys who controls the America economy are farmers. They are farmers. And pig farming today is actually getting higher and higher and higher and higher, income, economic value. And we get higher and higher and higher income and economic value in the world today, the pig farming. Because they are easy to start, and they are quite also very easy to increase and make you wealthy. We're going to listen to all this as our father begin to put us through. Thank you, sir. You are back,
yes.
sir.
Yes, I'm back. My apologies once again. I forgot that I was using my generator when the light went off. So okay. They just signaled me that they wanted to put off the generator. So I had to allow that to be done. So my apologies once again. Okay, now, to go back to the issue that I was saying, there is no job that is easy in life. No job. Even the thief to come to your house to steal has to plan very well. So no job is easy. You have to use your brain. You have to use your know-how. So this pig farming, it needs a lot of patience, especially when you are starting. Like when I had those 41 piglets, people just count only the piglets. I had 41 piglets, quite all right, fine. But in the end of it, those 41 piglets, by the time I started feeding them, thank God that I was taught that they can start diarrheaing. So those 41 piglets, the one with 14, 4 of them started diarrheaing. 2 of them couldn't get a chance because they fight for the milk. And when they are just delivered, that is when you make sure that they suck milk. Immediately they are delivered, because that helps to build up their immunity. So out of those first 14, I lost 2 before they became a month. Then the one that gave birth to 13, I lost 3. And the one that gave birth to another 14, I lost 4. So look at it, 2 plus 4 plus 3. 9 piglets I lost from 41. Why? Because I did not know then, when they were shitting that milk and shitting the watery form. Me, I just thought it's the normal shit because it's a baby maybe this, I didn't know that they were sick. It's later now when I came back, I meet them dead. I went to call other farmers and I said, see what is happening. They said, look, this thing immediately you see, the first day you are supposed to have called the doctor. Now you have gone to call the doctor after 3 days. Just pray that it has not affected the other children. So I quickly called the doctor and we gave them injections and they started recovering. But I lost 9 out of 41. So 32 were left. That is still a lot of business because those 32, luckily for me, out of those 32, my pigs inside 32, I had 24 lady piglets, and the rest were male. The male is the one you bring up to mature stage and you sell it to the butcheries. But the female are the ones that will make your farm to be populated if they are in good health. So now you start to feed the pigs. They will be sucking their mother's breast. After from 18 days to 21 days, they will now be eating the food that their mother is eating. That is why you will increase the ration that their mother is eating. They will be eating the same food and they will still be sucking. Now, some people leave the pigs 3 months with their mother. Some people leave it 2.5 months. They will still be sucking pigs. They will still be sucking breast. But for me, once the pigs are 7 weeks, I separate them from their mother. Once they are 7 weeks, the highest 2 months, I separate them. Because if you leave it till 3 months before you separate them, the mother will become unhealthy and very sick because they cannot keep giving milk to 14 and 12 piglets every day. The pigs, they suck just like children. Anytime they're hungry, they start making noise. Their mother is lying down, they suck. The pigs suck every hour. Some even suck every 40 minutes. They are disturbing their mother, especially when they are young like that. But now, when the pigs become 2 months, you separate them from their mother. You now put them in a separate pen altogether, or you leave them in that pen where they were born, and you remove their mother and go and take their mother with the other ones that deliver. Like in my case, I took the 3 pigs, leaving their children where they were delivered. I built another pen now and kept the 3 pigs there. When they are not pregnant, they can stay together. There is no fighting or anything. So you start to feed them. Now, if you feed them very well, in about 2 months, in about 2 weeks, they will start heat again. They will start heat again in about 2 weeks. And immediately you go and bring the bull, and the bull will mount them. You have the pigs pregnant again. Pigs deliver twice a year. So in my case, with my pigs that deliver 14, 12, if it delivers 12, that means I have 24 piglets from that particular pig in a year, 24. So the interesting part, my people, is this. It is the hard part that I have told you. If you know how to follow this hard path, you build a good place well ventilated for them, you feed them well, you keep their banders very, very clean, like I said, and you select your brand of pigs well. When you go to buy the pigs, my dear, you are in to make fantastic amounts. Now, let me now go to that side. That's why I said the second part is very interesting. When the pigs deliver, after 2 months, you separate them from their mother. Then when they are 3 months, if you are an impatient farmer, you can sell those pigs to other people who have farms. You can sell those pigs from 3 months. You can start selling them. They have left their mother. They are eating ordinary food now, and they are start growing. Now, like for example, in Nigeria, from what I found out, if you want to sell your 3 pigs, 3 months to 4 months old pig, is about 15,000 naira. You see? So let's assume the big pig, pregnant pig, let's just assume you bought it at 100,000, which is, as far as I'm concerned, is nearly impossible. But let's assume for talking sake, you buy it from 70,000 to 100,000. Let's take 100,000 because the rates keep changing every day. Now, once that pig, some people even buy pregnant pigs. Like later, I had to buy some pregnant pigs to increase my stock. Now, once you buy a pregnant pig will normally sell more than the ordinary pig. At 3 months to 4 months, depending on the weight, is 15,000 naira. You get it in Nigeria. You can go to Oyo State, they have a lot of pig farms. You go to Ogun State, Ondo State, there are some pig farms where you can be able to buy healthy pigs. And I've told the piglets, and I've told you what to look out for. Now, a pig, once you feed it, can keep delivering twice a year for the next 8 years if you manage it well, if you feed it well, if you take good care of it. So let's assume, like in my case, in 1 year, all the pigs that came up from all those 3 pigs that I had, I was able to get in a year, the one with 14, the one with 12, the one with another 12, I was able to get from them on the average now, each of them on the average, about 70 piglets in 1 year. And when it delivers, the first 6 months, after 6 months, it is going to deliver again. Okay, take it. Let's start with January. January, you have the pig. You buy the piglets in January at 4 months. Then you feed them for another 5 months. That is now May. They go on heat in May. And then you bring a bull, he sleeps with them. By September, the pigs will deliver. And 2 weeks, 2 months after delivery, 2 months after delivery, don't forget, 5 months now. That is when you fed the piglets you bought. By 8 months, 9 months, which is 4 to 5 months, they will start their heat. They are matured now to be pregnant. Then you bring a bull, and the bull will feed them, will mount them. And you add 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Let's just say 4 months. It is never 4 months, but it's 3 months, 3 weeks, 3 days. Now, which means your pigs, which you bought at 4 months, once they are 5 months old in your farm, they are ready to be mounted. So they will now, once they are 8 months old to 9 months, they deliver their first babies. And then they will feed that baby for 2 months, which is now what? Giving you 11 months. You separate them. So if you are a greedy farmer, like if I was greedy, like in my case, I say, okay, there's no money, this. When they are 3 months, those 30, I would be able to sell them for 15,000. So 15,000 times 30, that's 450,000. And that is the piglet. You are selling them as piglets. Now, let's go from there. It becomes interesting. Once the pigs are 6 months old. Once they are 6 months in your farm, you fed them up to 6 months, they are healthy. You will be able to sell those pigs because some of them will be about 45 kg heavy or 50 kg heavy. When they are 6 months to 7 months, they will be more than 50 kg. So you will be able to sell them from upwards of 30,000 at 6 to 7 months. But once they are 90 months, like in my case here, my pigs are, I breed them to sell when they are already matured, because I don't have any need to be fast. But in the beginning, what I did, I sold some of my piglets in order to use the money to feed them. I didn't want to bring money from elsewhere. I really wanted to see what the farming is. So once you start pig farming, even if you start with 2, you know, once they deliver, and you can patiently feed them to maturity. At their maturity, you are rich. What do I mean? Right now, go and check the prices. If a pig is 80 to 100 kilo heavy in Nigeria right now, as I speak, they are going for 50,000 to 60,000, because that is live weight. That is a pig that is alive. You know, when you take it to the butchery, they will cut off the head, they will cut off the legs, they would remove the skin and use the meat and all that. When the butchers are butchered it and they are selling it, the price becomes far, far higher. So let's assume that my first 30 pigs, they reached maturity after 1 year. Those 30 pigs, when I wanted to sell them here, a pig of 100 kilo here goes for $250. So that means my 30 pigs, $250 times 30, that was $7,500. Turn it back to Nigerian money. In Nigeria, let's say 60, because Nigeria is less. The money is less in Nigeria, maybe because because of the market situation, because the market is not well organized like it is this way. Because this way they use it for sausages, they use it for bacon, they use it for so many things. And there are so many byproducts that you can get from the pig. But our people just eat everything, you know. Like, for example, you know that the hair on the pigs, once you slaughter the pig and you use a process of hot water and all that to separate the hair from the body without burning the pigs, you know those hair are what they used in China to make eyelashes for our women. The eyelashes women run for in the market, they use the pigs.
Where my ladies, I don't know here, and I also when I put for, I want to do and I had like tolo. I said a pig hair.
Yeah. And then the pig nails, fingernails, there's a chemical we add to it and mix it. That is the finger extension that women put on their hands, on their fingers. It's a byproduct. And the pig also, between the skin on top and the flesh, there is a layer of fat.
Yeah.
Now, that fat, if you burn it very well, you get oil from it. If you separate the skin, just put the fat, put it into a frying pan and heat it. You get oil from it. That oil, we sell it. It's more expensive than palm nut oil, groundnut oil, soya oil. Why? Because it is cholesterol free. It's cholesterol free. So a lot of big men this side use that oil. Like, for example, the ordinary oil here per liter costs 1,250 Tanzania shillings. But the pig oil costs 6,000 shillings per liter. You see? So I'm telling you the byproducts now, the things you can get from it. If you are very serious, you know, there are things you can get for it. Then the pig shit that I told you, you collect them in a place and they, what is it called? They become compost and they'll be used as fertilizer. This side, I sell 50 kg of that pig shit as fertilizer. I pack it into 50 kg bags. I sell them for $5. And because I have a lot of pigs, and the pig like they shit a lot. That's the thing about them. They eat, they shit, they eat, they shit. So they shit a lot. And because I have a lot of pigs, from this compost alone, I'm making enough money to feed the pigs without putting any extra money to buy their food. That alone is feeding the pigs, because in my farm, sometimes I end up having in a month about 3 tons to 4 tons of shit from my pigs. So $5 for 50 kg. So if you check it, 1 ton gives you what is it called? 1 ton will give you $100 per ton. So you know 50 kg, 20 will be one ton. Yes, 20 will be 20 bags will be 1 ton. So 20 times 5, that is $100. Then sometimes the shit I will collect will be about 6 tons. So that will be $600. It's enough to feed at least $600 will be sufficient for you to feed about 200 pigs. What you just add will be a little. So from the shit alone, we are able to get money with which to add. And also in our farm, we grow bananas, because the pig, the banana leaves, they eat it a lot, and they eat the skin of the banana. So when you use the compost as fertilizer in your farm, the bananas you grow become so much. When they are germinating, they germinate big. And you have so many banana per the stem will have so many bananas. So what I am telling my people is this. What I did here, I started a program called Adopt a Pig. Now, Adopt a Pig is funded because just the same way that you have constituency allowance in Nigeria, the MPs this side has constituency allowance. And they are close to 450 MPs in the house here. So what I did was to sell this program to the government to say, instead of buying your people bicycle, instead of buying them sewing machines, instead of buying them wheelbarrow and all that, bring them. I will train them and I will teach them pig farming. And after the training, for my training normally takes 2 weeks. And after 2 weeks, they do practical for another 2 weeks, which is a month. Then they graduate and I give them certificates. Now, I went to meet all the MPs. I wrote a letter and then they agreed. So each MP used to sponsor 10 youths to come and learn pig farming. And at the end, they pay a certain amount. At the end of the training, we help them from that amount to build a pig pen. Maybe yourself, you are staying in your father's compound and the compound is walled round, and behind the compound is a big space. Most houses in Benin, even if you go to Umina, go to GROA, go to all that, they are big space at the back of the main house. Even after the boys' quarters, they have big space. You just go there We come there, we build a pen for the pigs. We build a pen and we give them two ladies pig and one male. And then they go, they start taking care of the pigs. We give them the pigs at 4 months. In another 4 or 5 months, the pigs are ready to be mounted. Now, the pigs are mounted. If you are somebody who have been taking care of your pigs very well, when you mount them with that male that you have, you don't, because to go and hire a bull to come and mount them, you pay money. But we give it to them so that they don't have to spend that money of going to hire a bull. So when they are pregnant, the bull will, what is it called? The bull will mount them. But I want to tell you something very peculiar with pigs, which is a mistake people make. Pigs from the same mother cannot sleep together. That's why they are like human beings. It has decimated a lot of farms because of carelessness. Pigs from the same mother. Like, what do I mean? My pigs gave birth to 12 piglets. Inside that 12 piglets, there were 7 male and 5, no, there were 5 males and 7 female. The other one was the opposite, 8 males and 4 female. And the other one just was 7. You see, what I'm trying to say, each pig that gave birth, those 5 males cannot sleep with the other 7 female from the same mother. Just as human beings, you cannot sleep with your sister, the same mother. This is very funny. The pigs are very, once you do that, my dear, your pigs is like if your farm has been cursed. They start dying left and right, just dying. It will spread to the next banda, they start dying. So please, for those who want to do pig farming, please make sure when you go and buy pigs in a farm and you want to go and take a bull, please ask questions. Make sure that bull is not the same mother with the bulls that you are coming to bring the pig to sleep with. Otherwise, my dear, when the mother gives birth, either they will die in the stomach, dead on arrival, or you bring them down, they start falling sick. You spend money, you give injection, everything. Before they are 2 months, you take them from the mother, all of them will be dead. So it's very important to note this, what I've just said now. Now, you go ahead. So we give them 2 and 1 bull. Now, like most of my students, what happened is this, that they get home. The first year is when you have to be very patient, because you will be working till they deliver. The first 9 months. 9 months. After I give the pig, for 4 months, it will be with you. Then 4.5 months after I give, they will now be 8 months to 9 months, 5 months. You go and bring the bull to sleep with them. By the time those piglets are 9 months with you, or 9.5 months, or 10 months that you took them from me, they will deliver the first piglets. And depending on your luck, depending on how you took care of them, what you did, whether you kept them in a hygienic situation, whether they got food to eat at the right time, you might be lucky. Let's assume, take average, they give birth to 8. So those 2 pigs, after 10 months, they give birth. You have straight away 16 piglets, plus there are 2 mothers, 18. You have 18 piglets in your hand, 18 pigs. Then plus the bull waiting on the side there. That will be 19. On the 10th month, you have that. Then you will now allow them to feed the children, and exactly 1 year, you take the children from them. In another 1 month, if you like, when they are 3 months, you can sell them for 15,000 naira. And if those 16, you sell them for 15,000 naira, you have 100 and something thousand. And then from then on, you go now, that money, you start using it to feed the pigs. You start using it to feed the pigs. You don't have profit to eat yet. Now, with the second delivery, they normally deliver more the second time. So if your pig maybe gave you 5, 6 piglets the first time, and you feed it well. In fact, in my farm, it's impossible. I've never had a pig to give me 5 or 6. In fact, at a point, people came to meet me. They said that, you are a Nigerian. We know say una get juju. You have a lot of juju. How come in your farm, you have pigs that give birth to 16, to 14, to 12? I sat them down and I put them through the process that I use. And I told them, if you do this same process, yours will give birth the same way. And they went to try it and it worked. You see, they followed the same process, which I said, feed them well on time, give them enough water to drink, make sure there is air in their pens, and make sure the pens are clean all the time. Give them enough fiber, give them enough protein, give them enough minerals in their food, and you are home and dry. So now I'm still talking of 2 pigs. I'm talking about my students. So from the second birth now, when the pig, you take it after a year, from the mothers, the mother will just stay 2 weeks if you are feeding it well. In fact, some of them, you just take their children from them. 4 days, they are on heat. Some a week, they are on heat. Some 2 weeks, they are on heat. Some even take 3 weeks when you are not feeding it well. But because I feed my pigs well, there have been those who are lactating. They are feeding their children. And they go on heat because they have good food. They go on heat. And me, it is me now who will refuse to bring a bull because they are still, their children are still sucking. And once you need money like that, you are rushing and you bring them like that. By the time she delivers,
Yeah, I think we're having some network issues right now. We're having some network issues right now. Please just share this video. Let's share this video. This is really, 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 really good. The class today, I would say I've learned a lot. I would say I've learned a lot in this very particular show today. I think network is actually affecting. Please, sir, can you just log out and log in again? Mr. Steve, why are you not laughing? Not be today. Today not be laugh matter. Today not serious business. Serious business, guys. So that's why I'm not laughing. I want to concentrate today. You know, I laugh a lot when I'm doing show, when I'm on the show, but today's not a show. Today is a lecture class that I need to be very, very attentive. Don't worry. Tomorrow you're going to see me laugh. Okay, guy?
Yes.
Okay,
so, sorry, the light, like I said, NEPA 2, the NEPA disease is this way. So sometimes, you know, it just come up. You might not see it on the screen, but I'm battling with that because this is very important. So the second birth, by the 1 year, the pigs will, you now mount them, and then they deliver the second one. Normally, the piglets are more than the first time. So they are more than the first time. So maybe from those 2, you might end up, they give birth to 10. That's 20. But the good thing now is this. If you are able to be patient for the first 1 year and let those pigs that you had, those 10, those 20 that were giving birth to after 10 months, if you are very patient, the ladies in that set of piglets, when the mother is pregnant for the 3rd time, which is 1.5 years, they will become pregnant. So like in my case, I had 32 piglets, 24 were female. So I refused to sell them. Listen very well. I refused to sell them. The male, because I said I will not, if God told me to do this business, then I will not bring money from any other place. Let this business feed itself. So the male inside were 9, yes, the male were 7 males. So I sold the male. I sold them and got money, and that money I started using it to feed. Now, by the time these first piglets that were delivered by my pigs became 9 months, 8 months, some of them 8 months, like the earliest 8 months, it will just have a heat. I was watching. Me, I don't wait for it to have second heat. Once it has the first heat, I wait for 3 days, I mount them. So 24 females, I mounted them. Now, their mother was pregnant also for the 3rd time. I mounted the mothers. So you have 26 pigs mounted. And by the time they delivered, the least of them gave birth to 10 piglets. So take it on average, 26 by 10. I had 260 piglets. 260 piglets plus the 24 pigs, their mother, 280 plus the original 2 pigs, 282. It became a problem now. Building bandas, you see, building bandas to house them. So what I did, those big, that is why I built my bandas big. When they are 3 months old, I keep 20 piglets in one room when they are 3 months old. Now, when they become 5 months old, I reduce them to 10. And when they become
There's also another network issue again, guys. Well, if we can't finish this today, we're going to have a part 2 of it. Like I said, we're going to talk about the goat farming in another segment of the show, and also the
Okay. So please, you all have to be patient. The NEPA of Tanzania is disturbing a lot. But whether it's Satan that don't want you people to have this education about pig farming, he has failed because we've covered a lot of ground. So like I was saying, from the 3rd birth now, I started now selling piglets in my farm. 260. What do I do? When they became 3 months, I took 200 out and sold them. So if you are taking 200 out and you are selling them at 15,000, you know how much 200 will fetch you. With that money, I built my more additional pens. I kept money aside. There was enough food. I made a budget for 400 pigs, and there was enough money to be able to feed them till the rest deliver again. And as I speak today, I slaughter 75 pigs per week from my farm. And I always have a balance of 4,238 pigs. Anytime I slaughter, is replaced. And like since last week I appeared on your program, sir, I've had in my farm delivery of 288 piglets added to my stock from the time we talked last week. Because you see, once you have the pig, like I said, you can be patient for the first delivery to mature and they start to deliver. My friend, you don't need any loan from any bank. You don't need any assistance. When they get to 4 months, you just sell those you can sell. The rest, you earmark them for maturity, feed them to maturity, and sell them at 60,000 naira or 50,000, depending on their weight, as live pigs, as at 2 months ago or 2 weeks ago. That was the price of pigs in Nigeria. Maybe it has changed now with dollar being 500. I don't know, even though we don't use dollar, but the injections are imported. So because of they are imported, sometimes you have to recoup your cost, you see. So anyway, the matured one, you sell them for that price, and the children, you sell them, or if you have enough money, you can, or even if you want, you can go and take a loan. Like here, I have an insurance in my farm. I took insurance. It's called livestock insurance. As far as I take good care of them, if they diarrhea and we give them injections and all that and so on, they die, the insurance will pay me. If fire should enter my farm, the insurance will pay me. But they won't pay me for the ones stolen by thieves. So you have to be security conscious, because some people can decide, if you don't have a wall fence when you are doing good farming, some people can come and steal your pigs and they just slaughter them behind your farm there, and you won't know who has done
No. Guys, just share this video while we wait for network issues still happening. Now, we're going to have a question time, maybe for 10-15 minutes with him, that I wanted him to finish before we can start receiving or accepting calls. So we don't put calls in, but we're still trying to get to the bottom. Because this is, I'm really working on this, going home to go and start a very, very good pig farm, and I'm already working on that. I've learned a lot today that I can take home. This video, I'm going to play it over and over and over and over and over again until I'm going to call my team and call everyone that will be working with me so that they can also see this video. Okay, please just sign us and return back so we can ask you some questions. So if you're interested in pig farming, this lecture is for you. Okay, we're going to have another one on the goat. We're going to have another one on the poultry. We're going to be doing that on this show. That is why it is called Matter Arising. So we deal on every aspect of life as far as the life itself is concerned. Oh, network is really hurting funny right now. The network is really acting funny right now. Oh no.
I said, but they are telling me, yes, okay. So that is it, my brother. Pig farming is the easiest way to get rich. For example, what I did before I started pig farming, I was about 116 kilo heavy, and it was giving me health challenges. But now what I've done in my farm is that I kept 15 pens for myself. I cleaned them up I wake up by 6 in the morning. I clean the pens. I fetch water, put in the pens because I didn't connect pipes to them. I wanted to do the exercise. I clean the pens, put water, feed them. Now pigs, if you want your pigs to grow very fast and very well, you feed them only once a day. You don't feed them twice a day. Because when the food becomes too much, you think you are fattening them, but it brings disease. Sometimes let them be hungry, let them cry for the food, then you give to them. You see? So you feed, like my pigs, I feed them once a day. In the morning, I clean the pens and everything. And when I come in the afternoon, sometimes I feed my pigs by 4 in the evening. Sometimes I feed them by 1. Sometimes I feed them depending on the time. But I have worked out something. In the morning, 6 o'clock, I get up. Before 7:30, I finish cleaning the pens, putting water, everything. I go to my office. Now, from my office, I close by 4 o'clock. So 4 o'clock, I'm back to the farm around 5. That's when I feed my pigs. I feed them from 5 to 6.
Oh, network, come on, Sluta. This is not Nigeria, now this is Tanzania. Why network? Every part of Africa has network problem. And they tell you dog for fun. Guys, this is really disappointing right now. Now people say I was not laughing. Now I'm laughing now. I hope I'm going to get a gift for this smile. So a lot of people love my smile very much, and I hope to get a very good gift for this smile that I'm giving you free of charge. Okay, guys. So today is a good day. It's a very interesting day, and this is what we can do. You know, to bring the entire show to our doorstep. You know, and making the best out of what we know what to do. Like I told you, my show is going to be something different. It's going to be like you have never seen before. You're going to be all rounder. You're going to be all rounder. You're going to be all rounder. I'm working on one of our very strong, eminent politician coming to the show soon. I just pray it works. You know, maybe from next week I'm going to hear from him again. And if he does that, it's going to be a big show on that day. You know, I'm giving you guys the best of everything that I can lay my hands on, because I love you guys, because I love you guys, because you guys are always make me proud, and I'm ready to give you guys the best of what I can lay my hands on, politically, economically, every aspect of life. I will bring it, you know, to you via this very particular platform, Matter with Humanist TV, in collaboration with Niger Watch YouTube channels. And by the grace of God, very soon, maybe, who knows, you know, we might come out with something a little bit bigger than what we are doing today. It is not my network, Jennifer. This is not my network. This is a network from Africa. It is not my network. This network is from Africa. It's not my own now that is giving the problem. So that is my network is clear, but the African network is misbehaving. But we will not allow that to discourage us today. We have learned a lot, and we know if this is not complete today.
Yeah.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, I've managed to make my equipment work, but because I'm using other equipment for Wi-Fi and all that to make sure the program is okay. But the problem is outside, there is no light. So I'm using a generator.
Okay.
That's the...
And it's really breaking. It's breaking. I think there is something wrong with the network right now. It's gone again right now. We might don't know what we're gonna do. But anyhow it is, guys. I want to say a big thank you to every one of you, Jennifer Oge, Mommy Diaspora, Bishop, Akere, and everyone. My job boy. I love you, my brother. You know, election is over and we are best of friends right now. I love every one of you who took a time to come here and listen and makes me proud. You guys are actually the one that is making me who I am today. Okay, as far as social media space is concerned, it has been you guys all the way. You know, many of you will not know that I officially, let me use the word, I officially became a social media presenter May this year. No, I would say June, because in May I just did a video. I just did a video. I wasn't actually wanting to do that video for it to go viral. I just did a video on the policy that was happening in May this year, in April, May this. I've been doing videos, but not as a presenter like that. But when you guys came up, you guys cheered me up. You gave me the courage. You stood behind me. And in these few months, you see how far we've gone. You know, it's not about me. It's about you guys. Like I always say, if you guys are not here, then if I talk to myself, then I'm a mad guy. It's only a madman that talks to himself without people around him. But your presence here makes me now to be a presenter. Okay? Not an influencer anyways. I don't influence people. I present facts and figures to people. That's why I go all around. Politics, anything you can think of, I am in it, except gossip and aproko. That part is what I've refused to get involved in, because it's not what I believe in. Jerry, good evening. I hope Ipa is ready now.
Yeah.
You're
please.
Okay,
yes, what I was saying, the network has really been bad this evening, but we have tried our best to make sure that people understand what the basic rudiments of pig farming is. It needs a lot of patience. It needs a lot of hard work. Like I was saying, I clean the bandas, I attend to the pigs, and somehow it helped my health situation, because now I'm 84 kilo for the past 3 years, just maintaining my 84. Because to clean the bandas out, to fetch water into the banda is enough exercise for the day, you see. So you will be increasing your health status. The most interesting thing, when they deliver, you'll be so happy. You know, you start reaping. But what I would try to say, I even see people posting that try and come back, sir. So I think maybe we, Mr. Stephen, we can try another time to see if we can have a better time so that we can do this program again. So what I'm saying is this: pig farming is very, very easy. It makes a lot of money for you if you can be patient for the first 1 year. Now, like all my students, the ones that graduated 5 years ago, they are millionaires now. You know, at least some of them have 600, 800 pigs in.
I think
they just breed only. They sell at 4 months. So that is it. I thank you all for listening, and please forgive us for the embarrassment of NEPA. It was not of our doing. So if there are any questions, we'll be ready to answer. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. Somebody sent me a question. Let me forward to. They said, is it possible we can castrate male pigs?
You said?
Somebody asked,
I didn't hear you very well, sir.
Somebody asked, is it possible that male pigs, male piglets can be castrated? Just the way we have, the way we castrate the he-goats.
Yes, you see, male piglets, the ones, I castrate a lot of them. The ones that are going to the butchery, that you are fattening up, for this thing, for sale. At 3 months, some people in 2 months, they do it. But me, I wait till they are 3 months, because I found out that when we do it before 3 months, a lot of them die. Why they were dying, I didn't know. So I decided 3 months. And 3 months is what feed them. So once I castrate them 3 months, the growing rate becomes very fast. So you find out that pigs I would have sold maturity at 9 months, 10 months, by 6, 7 months, I can sell them, because they'll be fat enough and they will have the normal weight. But there are other people here also. They discriminate in what they eat. They tell you, look, we want matured home pig, just as you have home chicken and a Greek chicken. You see? So you have to check your marketing environment. What do they want? What do they like the best? That is what you will do, because you are a service provider. And your customers, without your customers, you are nothing. You see? So definitely, I castrate my pigs at 3 months, and by 7 months, they mature. So that removes 2 months out before you start making your money for those you want to sell. You see? So I would say definitely, yes, you castrate them.
Okay.
But for me, at 3 months, some other people, they take the risk, they do it at 2 months, some do it at 2.5. For me, from my experience, I do at 3.
Okay.
Any other questions, sir?
Another question said, how can we know that the male pigs, the male piglets, are of the same mother?
The day they are delivered, you know now, they'll be in their own separate pen. And I told you, any pig that is pregnant, once 3 months have passed, it has to stay in its own pig pen. You don't mix it with other pigs. Because if the pig is delivering and you make noise, it will just stop delivering. And it waits until everywhere is quiet. That is why they deliver at night or early evening when there is no noise, you know. So the pig pen, let's say pen A, you have even say 3 pigs, 3 pens. Pen number 1 delivers 10 children. You will know that these children belong to that pig. Belong to that pen, and you monitor them and write them down. Now, what we are talking about here is this. The pig from pen A cannot sleep with pen A, but they can sleep with pen B. Do you understand now? Yeah. Because pen B is not their sister, because it's not from their mother. So the bull from pen A can sleep with pen B. So what you do is what I said. You keep records. You keep records. And what you do also is find a way to mark each pen. Find a way to brand them so that you know which one is from. So that's it. I think I've answered that, sir.
Yeah. Is there any more question here? Maybe we'll just take 3 more questions, then we'll be done for the day.
Yes, please. Because the network is bad. The network is playing on us.
Just 3 questions. You can call in if you want. I drop my number now on the screen for you to call in. Either you call in or you send me a text. I can read it for him. Call it through my number, or you can just send me a WhatsApp text and I can read it for him.
Okay, while they are sending questions, I want to encourage everybody that with pig farming, you can start it anywhere. You can start small. You can start. What is it called? You can start even with one pen. Put the two, and later you build another 2 pens. You know, to house those 2 female and 1 male. Now, when they are given at 4 months, you keep all of them in 1 pen. After 3 months, that is when you build a separate pen because of the male. Because the male start getting matured from 7, 8 months, 9 months, they start getting matured, they can climb. So you build another pen and you put the male, you separate them from the female. And you continue like that. Within a short time, in a space of 2 years, I guarantee you, from those 2 pigs, in a space of 2 years, you can have over 100 pigs.
Sir, there's a question for you, yes, sir. I just put it on the
Yes.
screen. I put it on the screen. You can read it on the screen, sir. So are the so-called agri pigs and home pigs fed together?
You see, for me, I must be frank. And I was adding it to the food. And within 2 weeks, I lost over 28 pigs. So I don't use them. What I use is what I told you. I make my own feeds. And my feeds are rice bran, maize bran, soya bran, and salt. And sometimes I add what they call dagaya, what we call crayfish back home. Those other broken fishes, even part of the head of this, what's this fish back home? Anyway, that one with big head. All the fish, I can grind them. I grind them, I mix them in their food, you know. I give them this. And then I take banana leaves. I come and clean them. I go to where they sell vegetables, take the cabbage, take the carrots, take the cucumber, you know. And in my area here, in my farm, there's a lot of vegetables that grow naturally. Even a bodondon. I don't, what do you call it? I don't know how to call it in English.
Water leaf. Water leaf.
I give my own. I give them water leaf fresh, and they love it. And water leaf used to make them very fat, and it gives less problem in their health. They eat a lot of water leaves. So there are other vegetables which I don't know the name, how to call them. Just you told me water leaf just now. But they are there at home that you can give to them. What is important is the fiber. The fiber, you know. So that is what I can say. Even yam, cooked yam, they eat cooked yam, you know. So for me, with these ones now, what I have done is this side, the rice millers, I have a contract with them. When they have milled their rice, there is a dust coming out from not the skin of the rice, no. There is some other dust coming out from the machine, and broken pieces will be in that thing. So I use that with also the thing coming from maize. If you go to maize millers, you know, they have those leftovers from maize. After they mill it, it comes out. So I use, those are the things I use. I buy them in bags, then I come and mix them. You know, like the maize. I take 2 portions of maize, I put 1 portion of rice meal, and then I put half a portion of soya, and I put maybe a kg salt if it is 100 kilo of this thing that I'm making, of the brand, the feed that I'm making, because the feeds from the factories are too expensive. You can make yours, because once I give them in the morning now, I feed them that in the evening, but in the morning I give them vegetables. So that is it. So I use less of industrial feeds. But you can use them if you feel that you know them better, and if you feel that they will serve your purpose. But myself, I couldn't take the risk because it led to the death of my pigs at a fast rate. You know, so
okay, the industrial feeds.
Yes, you see, the industrial feeds, and they said pig booster. What I'm saying, don't give them any boost. You can buy the industrial feeds, and the problem will be this: you are using industrial feeds, then you go and take the waste from the breweries, you go and take the oil waste from NIFO, you come and mix them for your pigs. Now, it will be like the fiber, the protein, the minerals, the vitamins have become too much. They are in excess quantity. So it will affect the pigs. Do you understand what I'm trying to say, sir?
Yeah. Very well, sir.
It will affect the pigs. So for me, I just stay one course. I miss my own feeds. And then you can do that. You can miss your own feeds. The ingredients are there in the market. Or you can even enter the bush. Like I'm telling you now, there was a time there was no rice bran here. I just used maize, I used soya, and then what I was doing, I used cassava. Cassava, the one we eat, not the peelings. I went to people who fry a lot of chips, and I started taking the chips peeling to feed my pigs. You can use chip to feed. You go to vegetable market, those you can collect those vegetables, collect those things, and use it to feed your pigs. It's just studying. For all these things I've been telling you, like the oil from NIFO, like the tin from the breweries, you know, because everything would have been mixed there. So the choice is this: either you make your feeds or you go with industrial feeds. But don't be using industrial feeds and then mixing your own feeds, because the minerals will be overdosed and the protein and everything will be overdosed. And instead of having healthy pigs, you have sick pigs. That's it.
Okay. The last question somebody asked, said, is it possible that we can breed the agro pig and the other home pig together in the same pens?
You see, what happened is the home pigs are a different brand. Like the home pigs, just, you know, they like walking around a lot. They eat all kind of garbage and everything. I must be frank with you. Me, I've never mixed home pig with
the agro pig. Oh, guys, we've actually done a very long day today. I must say the truth. So I think we're going to call it a beautiful Saturday today, and I believe strongly that we're going to be having more shows on businesses, either farming or any other kind of business we can do for that matter, with different personalities who had actually done well in their different endeavors, you know, all over the globe, who are from Edo or any other part of Nigeria for that matter.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Please, quickly, what I wanted to say is this. The hygiene part is very important. Make sure when other people visit other farms, that when they come to your farm, you sanitize their legs, or they put their shoes and wear gum boots from your place, because they might be carrying bacteria from the other farm. Maybe that farm, they have sick pigs. So the person goes and visit, come to your place without detoxicating the feet or the clothes and so on like this. They bring bacteria, and that is how ASF used to spread, African swine fever and other diseases. So make sure where you keep your pigs, there is a gate. It's not just anybody that can enter. If they want to enter, then you take like Dettol, you put in water and you spray it on their shoes and so on before they enter. That is very important. Then to tell my people, do you know that pig farming right now, last year alone, 2019, the trade between America and China alone, just those two nations, the trade between them on pig products was $687 billion. $687 billion, not million. $87 billion, $903 million. $687 billion, $903 million. So when I saw that figure, I was just saying, my dear, if only that three parts, I just have that at least alone for myself for the meantime. The three part alone, the 3 million extra on top. If only I can just have it. But now in Nigeria terms, that is 1 billion plus, you know. So it's a big market. It's a big market. And if you can be patient for the first 1 year, you are home and dry. If you cannot be patient, when it's 10 months, sell your piglets, get the money, and then wait for the next delivery and use the money to feed them. Because after a year, the farm starts running on its own if you know what you are doing. The farm will start. Now I don't use my own personal cash or loan or anything for my farm. The farm is running itself with the pig that I slaughter, with the compost fertilizer I sell. They are enough to buy the food, buy the injections, and so on and so forth. And if you take good care of the pigs, by the time the mother delivers, you give the mother the right injection, cut the teeth of the pigs, and give them injection within 1 week, not more than a week. From the first day to the 6th day, you inject the little children with iron, and you boost the iron, and so on and so forth. If when you feed them well, you will be very surprised that when you feed them well, they cannot get sick. They cannot get sick. Once a pig, you get to 3 months, you are home and dry. No more injections, no more diarrhea. The whole system is now used to the environment. From 3 months upward, you are okay. So I will encourage a lot of people. And like I told you in your last program, myself now, I'm preparing to come home. If I can empower 6,500 youths here through the IMPs, having a program, then I should bring the same thing home to employ my youths and to empower them. And the funniest thing is this: I wake up 6 in the morning. By 7:30, I've finished cleaning the banda, everything. 8, I'm at work. I'm wearing suit and tie, everything, driving my car. Nobody knows that I just clean shit of pigs. And when I close from work, I come back and feed them. So it does not even affect you doing other jobs. It does not take your time. If you plan it well, you can attend to this and do, except now, if you have the amount of quantity that I have, then you have to get a farm manager. You have to get people working in the farm to be cleaning all the pens, because for 4,000 piglets, you are talking of close to about 500 pens or more because of the pregnant ones. So you need workers. Right now, in my own farm, I'm employing direct workers that come to work in the morning and close in the afternoon. I'm employing 68 in my farm. And then there are it becomes a big thing. It brings in a lot of things with it. You have drivers, you have storekeeper, you have cleaners who clean the bin, then you have your accountants who check how much they are being sold and so on. So it creates job. It creates job. The farm creates job. Like the first 2 pigs, once they deliver, and you are somebody that do other businesses, maybe you have a shop in Santana Market and all that and so on. It does not, your wife can stay behind, clean the pens, or you can stay behind, clean the pens. Your wife goes to Santana Market, and later you go and help her, and in the evening you come back, or before she come back, you have fed the pigs. It does not disturb at all. And before you know it, you are okay. You are rich. So that's it.
Thank you very much, sir.
But you must be patient the first 9 months. You must be patient to reap. That's it.
Thank you very much, sir. We really appreciate you coming in today to the show. We'll pray and we hope to see you again. Maybe when we talk about another aspect, of animal husbandry that you are into. We really appreciate this. I would say a very big thank you, and God bless you, sir.
Well, God bless you, my dear brother. Is as the mouthpiece of those in diaspora, I'm very glad and happy to be in your program all the time.
Thank you very much.
I'm not only a subscriber, I follow you all the time, and it makes me very happy and proud that we have somebody like you in this in the internet space, fighting hard for Edo and making sure that we follow a new direction. And I want to encourage all my youths, please, look, at a click of a button, you can get all the information you want from the internet. So be savvy. Let your data not only be for talking only about, you know what I mean.
Yes,
if you don't know what I mean, it's not only a place to gossip about how this girl did dress, how the other girl did. You want to make money, you can click your internet and read everything about how to make money. And this one now is one of them. Pig farming is the way to go. And I didn't talk about the export market. I didn't talk about added value because there's no time for that. Maybe at other times, I will tell you. Right now, I'm exporting to Congo, I'm exporting to Rwanda, I'm exporting to Burundi and Mozambique from my small farm. So if you come to Nigeria and the farm is well developed, not only will you export to the south, we all eat pigs, they all eat pigs. Calabar, Rivers, Bayelsa, Delta, Edo State, Ondo State, Lagos State. They all eat pigs. Population of Nigeria, let's assume they say 200 million. About 90 million eat pigs. You see? So the market is inexhaustible. It's inexhaustible. You always have a market for your pigs, because it's a new trade just coming in. It's been there, but people didn't take it serious. But now people will take it serious. The market is there. And once we finish within Nigeria like Dangote, we can start exporting to other African countries. So the scope is too wide. It's too wide. And right now, the federal government has made it possible that somebody is writing on the screen. Please, you can read it for me, Eriamiato, because I don't have my glass here. So read it for me and let me know later. Mama Diaspora. I said, Mommy Diaspora.
Yeah, Mommy Diaspora. I will give you land to start your farm in Nigeria. She said she's ready to give you lands to start your farm in Nigeria when you are coming home for free.
No, there's no problem. Tell her to leave her contacts with you. This is what we're asking.
Yeah,
tell her to leave her contacts with you, and then we talk. There is no problem. Even last time we had your program, since we had your program, Ediamator, I must praise you a lot. Since we had your program, people have phoned me from Australia, people phoned from China, people phoned from Japan, some even phoned me from Italy and France. They want to come and establish in Edo State. And I don't only keep pigs, I equally keep goats. I have my goat farm also. I raise goats. I wish, okay, what I'll do, I'll send you the videos. Then maybe you can be able to know how you use it. I keep goats also. Because you see, the leftovers from the food the pig did not finish, you just pour it where you pour those compost. Chicken, house chicken, they go there to feed. So you don't need chicken feed. And those chickens become very big. Some of my chickens are 4 kg heavy, cock, 4 kg, 3 kg. They just go to that place you are pouring your compost, they eat the worms, they do this, and before you know it, your pig, your chickens are big. And there's a way I designed my banda that the top, the chickens sleep on the top. In the morning, they follow the ladder down and go outside and I lock the pen. So there is so much in this pig thing to make profit, so many added-ons. So I thank you all for being patient. Despite the light thing, our desire is that Edo State, together with Obaseki, should move forward. You know, let us make good use of the opportunity we have in the governor we have, because this governor is God sent. You know, the enabling environment, they are all there. Let us use it. Let us stop complaining and use and allow God to bless the work of our hands. Thank you.
Thank you very much, everyone. We appreciate you today, sir. We believe you're going to come again to tell us about the goat farming, how we can have a proper, goat farming option. Because I also have goat. I just bought I think I bought about 20 goats, 3 e-goat, and 17 she-goats. I just bought them a few days ago from one of my elderly mother. She's very good in goats. She trained goats, so she has so much a lot. And decided, because I had interest in going into goat farming, I just bought 20 of it. And very soon I'll be starting up a little bit bigger, in my farm. In my farm, we start a little bit bigger. So guys, I know this is workable. There's a lot of money in it. I had a lot of friends who are into it. I know how they make so much money. And just like our father said, for you to be a successful farmer, you have to minimize how you spend the money. That is all he's trying to say. That's what he said. You must have patience for 1 year. The patience is you have to be careful. You cannot live a big life. You want to start a farm, and you came to Nigeria with 2 million. You want to go and buy a car for 800,000 or 1 million. You have 1 million left. That can 1 million be able to sustain you, to the end of the 1 year period, which you are supposed to endure. So that is why when you are doing any business, you must understand the nature of how to be able to reduce your spending ability if you want to become a successful businessman. It is all business in all ramifications. So your level of a quest for luxury must fall in order for you to be able to make something out of what you are doing. Okay, guys, that is the key point there. You might have all these millions of sheep and pigs and all that and that, and when you are not very careful on how you spend your money, you might sell these ones, go buy a very big car, live in a very gigantic house, live a luxurious life, and at the end of the day, all your business will sink in the twinkle of an eye. Thank you very much, sir. I appreciate you very much. Thank you for today. Can you just give us your last word, sir?
My last word is this. Psalm 24 verse 1 says, "The earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, the world and those who dwell therein." God has already blessed you by giving you the breath of life and by making the world He made the world before he created man. He created it for us. So what I'm trying to say here is simply this. The whole amenities are there. It's now for you to use it. And as Eriamato has said, no sweat, no sweet. No sweat, no sweet. No pain, no gain. Learn to make the necessary sacrifice at the beginning, and you will get there. There are a lot happening in Edo State now. It's not very nice that foreigners will line up to come and do the business we can do, and we will just be fetchers of water and wood. You know, we can start small. Start with a pig, 2 pigs, 3 pigs. Start. What is important is to start. Once you start, the God of small beginnings will make you big. I thank you all for your patience. The light was not stable, but we thank God. I hope you've been able to get something from this. And Brother Steve, Humanist Stephen, God bless you for bringing me on, because this is the way I can help my people. God bless you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. I appreciate it, sir. Yeah. Thank you, sir. Okay, guys, I want to say a big thank you to every one of you who had come in here today to listen to our father as he deals on this very important topic that we have just ended today. I want to say very soon also we'll be having another section also where he will be coming in to teach us about goat farming. And on Tuesday, don't forget, on Tuesday we'll be having our sister God bless you coming on to continue in how you can start a business with less than $1. Okay, you can start a business with less than $1, and that we're going to do also while we continue, in trying to bring to the notice of our people the best of what we can do. Thank you, guys. Thank you, guys. I appreciate you guys for your time, and every one of you that we could answer your question. It was due to time, but we believe in the next or subsequent classes like this, we'll be able to answer as much question as we can. And one guy, Enogi, said something about people should look at where he's living. Listen, guys, you don't even know if that is his office or that is his private home. So sometimes when we talk as a people, we must understand that living, one thing that has actually made us, the Africans, particularly the South. Please subscribe and share. This is very important, please. Subscribe and share. It's very important. What it has actually made the Southern Nigeria, particularly with the Edos, not to have been able to become, economically viable is because of the luxurious life that we live in. Okay? I'm going to explain on that maybe in the next 5 minutes. If you meet an Igbo man, that is a multi-millionaire. If you meet an Igbo man that is a multi-millionaire, okay, he lives sometimes, a multi-millionaire leaves Enugu and comes to Benin. I will be living in a 2-bedroom flat with his wife, his children, and his boys. Okay, when somebody said, look at where he's living in, somebody that is teaching us, so that I look at Africa and said, how can we ever grow? Listen, the number of cars you have, the number of houses you have cannot define who you are. The kind of clothes you put on, the kind of how well furnished your apartment is does not define your financial capability. Okay, guys? So we must begin to start growing up and understanding how things have been done. Please, guys, share this video, give us thumbs up, let this video go viral. Let people know that you can actually become millionaires without not taking guns and jumping on the street. With 2 pigs, you can make the difference. And your 2 pigs doesn't cost nothing more than maximum let's say 150,000. At the back of your house, you can create that, and today and in the next few years, you're already rich. I love knowledge. I don't believe in, luxurious life like most of us in Africa does. That's why Nigeria today, we are unable, particularly Edo people, we are unable to progress despite the amount that we invest home. Because we believe that you can also only be known or be defined as being a rich man by the kind of cars you drive. I said here in one of my shows, I went up with one of my boys. He works with me around 2015 or thereabout. He went up with a car that cost 12 million. I was riding on a car that was 2 million naira equivalent. Okay? He went up with a car that cost 12 million. I was riding on the car that cost 2 million naira. But back here in Europe, in Sweden, where we live in, I am far, 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 far. We are not comparable. I'm far, 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 far richer than him. So he went back home. People respect him, that they respect me. Okay? People respect him, that they respect me. People give him more regard than they give me regard. He's always well dressed. Okay? He's always well dressed. Everything on him is always designers. But I always come out maybe with a shirt, a slippers, and I'm not that and that. But I know what I was doing. So everybody had a priority in life. Some of you want to live big, live in mansions. That's your choice. Some want to live in shit holes. That is their choice. But the difference is, how have you been able to impact your life, and how have you been able to prepare for your future? No, in Binu, we no cat there or dog ye. No kiki bon. The house my dad built many years back. My dad was the first guy that built an upstairs on the street. But today, that my father's house is an eyesore. When he built the house, everybody comes to that. They come to my father's house. But today is an eyesore. My other brother who inherited the house now have to take away the roof and did a lot of things to not change what was on ground. Hello. Very lively. You get it now, guys. So please, let's leave all these unnecessary luxurious life that have not actually helped us. And let's focus on how we can make our state great. If you can invest your money that can give to the level of employing 64 persons, then it would be fantastic. Now you're living big. You don't even have a pin in Nigeria, in Edo State, as a business that you are running. Go check. I deal on Bitcoin. Many of you know that. I deal on Bitcoin, the cryptocurrency. The CEO of the Bitcoin came to Sweden. The suit he was wearing, the suit a millionaire was wearing, my suit was more expensive than what he put on. The suit he was wearing to the presentation, the suit I wore was far more expensive than what he put on. But this guy is a multi-millionaire in pound sterling. Okay? He's a multi-millionaire in pound sterling. So that shows the level of the African mentality, trying to show off when we actually have nothing. When I saw him, I broke down. Said, come on, okay, what is the essence of me putting on this? When a mother is as rich as the CEO of the company that fits me, that give me the money to buy this crap, goes far low than what me is far employee is putting on. Guys, let's wise up. I've learned one thing, that I'm not going to live an extravagant life to please anyone, but I'm going to build a future that generations upon generations will remember me. It was few years ago that Dangote started having bodyguards. Up to today, Dangote drives, when he's driving, you only have his car and one escort. Till today, Dangote, the richest man in Africa. Okay, guys. I said that this week has been really tedious for me, from Monday to Saturday, non-stop. You guys should give me kudos. Wanna clap for me. I say, humanity, they try. Wanna clap for me, say how they try. Okay? It's not easy to be live every day, sometimes a day, twice in a day, sometimes 3 times in a day. I'm on the show. You know? So thank you guys. I appreciate you guys. Love you all. See you on Monday. Tomorrow is going to be my off day. After church, I'm going to sit there, except if an emergency comes up that will drive me, here to talk to Ross. Okay, guys. Thank you all. Have a blessed night. Bye for now.